And then I found the letter from Coretta Scott King to the Judiciary Committee, to the United States Senate, saying, I don't think you should confirm Jeff Sessions. And I thought, this is perfect. This is what I want to talk about. It's a letter of such heart. And so I went to the floor of the Senate, had my little speech. I'm ready. I'm going to give my speech, right? So I talk a little bit. I read Senator Kennedy's statement, and I get warned partway through it. And I thought, warned?
During Kennedy's.
During Kennedy's, when I'm reading, not my words, I'm reading Kennedy's words. And I thought, wait a minute. Senator Kennedy said that stuff in 1986, and you're telling me I can't say it now? I didn't quite know what to do, but I thought, oh, well, keep on going. And I move into Coretta Scott King's letter, and here's the line I read. I read, Mr. Sessions has used the awesome power of his office to chill the free exercise of the vote by black citizens, and bang.
Right.
That's when Mitch McConnell says, you're out of here.
Mr. President.
They are.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
The senators impugn the motives and conduct of our colleague from Alabama as warned by the chair. Senator Warren, quote, said Senator Sessions has used the awesome power of his office to chill the free exercise of the vote by black citizens. I call the senator to order under the provisions of Rule 19.
Mr. President, I am surprised that the words of Coretta Scott King are not suitable for debate in the United States Senate. I ask leave of the Senate to continue my remarks.
Is there objection?
Object.
I appeal the ruling.
Objection is heard. The senator will take her seat.
Mr. President, I appeal the ruling of the chair, and I suggest the absence of a quorum.
There aren't a lot of genuine moments on the Senate floor. No offense to the United States Senate. It looked like a genuine moment where you kind of look around.
I really did. The rule is that you're not supposed to impugn a senator. Okay, I kind of took that to mean you're not supposed to call somebody an idiot or a jerk or a
liar.
Yeah, a liar. And I thought, wait, I didn't do anything like that. I'm reading a statement of both fact and the opinion, the conclusion of a civil rights icon who was there. You know, this letter helped a Republican-led Senate back in 1986 decide not to confirm Jeff Sessions.
Have any Republicans spoken to you privately or in the hallway since then?
Not since then. Nope.
People have speculated, would this have happened if not for filibuster reform last year? What do you think about that argument that's being made?
You know, I'm not sure if. I don't think this has to do so much with filibuster reform as it has to do with the fact that Donald Trump has decided to go to the way extreme. I mean, I get that he's not going to nominate people I really want, but wow, a Secretary of Education who doesn't believe in public education, Jiminy, a Secretary of Labor who believes that you squeeze minimum wage workers for all their work, a head of the EPA who doesn't believe in climate change. I mean, it's just like and Jeff Sessions for Attorney General, it's like every one of these is way, way out. And at that point, you say, we got to get up and make the fight. We cannot lay down and die over this.
Politically speaking, Mitch McConnell isn't known as somebody who makes a lot of tactical mistakes. Do you think that as he's looking back at this, do you think he made a mistake?
I don't know, but it sure shows the difference between how you think about this. You know, when Mitch McConnell stood up and objected, and then other Republicans joined him. Remember, I appealed the ruling of the chair, so we had a vote on this, and the Republicans stuck together. None of them denied the facts. And can I just do one or two here? I just want to do this, right? So one of the things that Coretta Scott King says in her letter, she says that Jeff Sessions was able to do with a federal prosecution what the local sheriffs accomplished 20 years ago with clubs and cattle prods. She says many elderly blacks were visited multiple times by the FBI. Can you imagine what that was like? Who hauled them over 180 miles by bus to a grand jury in Mobile when they more easily could have testified at a grand jury just 20 miles away in Selma. They didn't deny any of this. They didn't deny any of the facts. They didn't say, oh, but here are these other things now, new facts that have come in. They just said, you can't talk about it. We're forcing this one down. You can't talk about it. that's their response.
I'm being told we have time for one last
Okay,
question. So
one last.
unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to any of the questions that are being asked here. Maybe next
I'm
time.
sorry, may we do it again? Okay.
Absolutely, love to have you back.
Good.
Quick question: the way that a lot of people show support is by contributing.
Yeah.
Move On launched some
Yeah.
campaign last night.
I heard that.
Do you have a sense of how many people have given to you in the last 24 hours and how much has come in?
I'm
No.
sorry, I don't. But I will say this. I know a lot of people have read Coretta Scott King's letter. I posted on Facebook. I tweeted it out. I'm glad that's the case because that letter is important right now today for the Jeff Sessions vote, but it's important in the future. It's important for us to touch that part of history. When people stood up and said, it's not a question of whether it's popular, it's that you fight back for what you believe in, that the only sin is remaining silent.
We're going to have Elizabeth Warren back again soon, and we'll have time for questions. This was a jam-packed day for her. The rotunda right inside here is where all of the different networks are, and she was just kind of making her way like the hand of a clock around it. The focus of the country is on her right now.
Do you think that this changes the Sessions confirmation at all?
What this does is it galvanizes the opposition to him. I don't think there's anybody who is going to oppose him on the Republican side because of this. I think that attention is focused on it. It will make it more difficult for him to do things around rolling back civil rights, hammering the Civil Rights Office, around voter suppression. So the politics for him as Attorney General got more difficult, but as you saw with the vote last night, the Republican Party voted party line basically to silence Elizabeth Warren. And so there's no reason that if they're going to take that vote, they wouldn't take the same vote and support Jeff Sessions for Attorney General.
Senator Jeff Sessions has been confirmed by the Senate. Of course, he was Donald Trump's nominee for Attorney General, and so he will now serve as Attorney General despite protests by senators and Democrats alike.